Altroz. Now this has to be the most talked about car in recent times, and why not? In fact, for the past few days and weeks, we've all seen how the car looks from the outside and the inside. We do know about the features, the trims and the important parameters. While this does make my job easier as a journalist, but at the same time, a lot of questions remain unanswered. For example, how are the engine options? Are they peppy enough? How are the NVH levels, the ride quality, the interior comfort factor, and so on. So if you're looking for these questions to be answered, you know what to do, guys. Stick around for the next few minutes. Before we get down to business, let's still shed some light on how the Altroz looks like. In a word, brilliant. Tata Motors of late has been known to roll out models that look similar to the concept vehicle, and this means in the company of other premium hatchbacks, the Altroz stands out easily without even trying. By the way, we had two color options on the drive, and in red, the Altroz means business. The front is aggressive and sharp, and though there are no LEDs here, I love the usage of black inserts across the width of the bonnet. The same can be seen on the rising shoulder line and even at the back. Talking of the side profile, the 16-inch alloy wheels on the production model look far better than the ones we saw on the scaled model a few days ago. Also, look closely and you won't see the outside handles for the rear doors. These are well concealed in the black casing ahead of the C-pillar. Sharp wraparound lights, prominent badging and a spoiler. These elements go a long way in lending a sporty personality to the car. So just like the exterior images of the Altroz, even the cabin images have been out for months now. We have all seen how the interiors look like, but something remains unanswered. Is the Altroz comfortable on the inside? Are the interiors actually quality rich? Do they feel nice? Are there good features? Well, in a nutshell, yes, the cabin of the Altroz scores top marks, probably 9 out of 10. For starters, the layout is not overdone, it's not very flashy, and it goes on very well with the premium image of the Altroz. This is a top-end model, so you get a floating type of a touchscreen. You have a TFT display in the console, which actually is functional. It has a lot of information on offer. Ergonomically, it's a good place to be. Everything falls into your hands. The seats feel comfortable, although this back side could have slightly had more cushion. Visibility is nice. The outside mirrors are huge, and the biggest USP of the interiors is the way you get in and out. The doors of the Altroz, they open 90 degrees wide. We have never seen, in fact this is over 90 degrees. I have never seen something like this in any other car which has been made in India. So all the 4 doors, they open super wide, which means getting in and out is super easy for the elderly, for your kids, or for yourself as well. Things at the back, let's check out. So things at the back, you can probably see a smile on my face. This seat has been positioned for my height. I stand 6 feet tall, and as you can see, there is more than ample leg room, knee room over here for a tall passenger. Tata Motors used to claim the Altroz will offer you the best in class rear space, and well, it's a fact. Apart from this, it's also a very wide car, so having 3 people at the second row will not be an issue. The floor is almost flat, so the second person, the middle row person, will not feel hammered in. You have your AC vents, you have your charging outlets over here, you have your armrest over here. Visibility is nice. The doors, remember, they open over 90 degrees wide. It's difficult to find a fault in the cabin of the Altroz. I agree there are a few rough edges in terms of the overall quality levels, but given the price expectations and the comfort levels, I am very, very impressed. And we aren't done yet. The boot space of the Altroz is 350 liters, is over 350 liters. Spacious 2 rows and a huge boot, all under 4 meters in length. How does Tata Motors manage all this? At the same time, there are a couple of very small shortcomings. There is no 60-40 split on the rear seat, and the covers for the rear struts, the suspension covers, they do feel out of place in a premium hatchback. They could have been concealed in a better manner. have remained unanswered till now. How are the engines in the Altroz? We all know you have choice of two engine options as of now, a 1.2 petrol naturally aspirated, the turbocharged will come at a later stage, and a 1.5 diesel. Now yesterday we drove the diesel extensively. The same 1.5 is also seen in the Nexon, but of course in this one it is detuned for 90 PS of power, same as i20, less than the Jazz, and 200 Newton meters of torque. Now 200 is not an impressive figure, I do agree on that, but the magical thing is that all this torque comes from as low as 1250 RPM. That is unbelievable, and that what makes driving the diesel such a stress-free experience. The way this car picks up momentum from lower RPM, even with a load of 4 passengers and the AC running, has to be experienced firsthand to believe this. Guys, do not just trust the spec sheet that it's only 90 PS, it's only 200 Newton meters of torque. It does come in very, very early. Even the getting stalled, the fifth gear at 2000 RPM means 90 kmph. That only means good fuel economy figures in the long run. The English levels have really surprised me a lot. We had the Nexon diesel with us at Car Talk for 3 months, and if I recall, that diesel experience with this diesel experience, Tata Motors has really worked very hard to make sure the car remains smooth and vibration free on the inside. In fact, there are no vibrations from the gear lever or the floorboard or the steering when you are going fast in the diesel. That is a very huge plus point. On the petrol, well, it's a 1.23 cylinder, unfortunately just under 90 PS of power, just over 110 Newton meters of torque. Again, the figures aren't impressive, but what matters is the torque delivery at lower RPMs. Like the diesel, even in this one, the torque comes in early, and that makes a world of difference in your daily driving. You are at 25-30 the kmph in the fourth gear, no issues. This picks up speed very easily. But unlike the diesel, I didn't really like the English levels of the petrol. If you go hard on the right pedal, you can hear that typical 3-cylinder sound in the cabin. The cabin becomes loud. You have to raise your volume to talk to other passengers in the car. But on the good part, I'm approaching a curve over here at crazy speeds. This thing feels lovely, feels planted. The steering is light for your city runs, and when you hit a curve or a long straight corner, it really weighs up very nicely. So this is somewhere I want to give Tata Motors top marks in the dynamic department. Ride quality, well, we were using the diesel yesterday, which had 60 aspect ratio for a taller sidewall, because of course it's a heavier motor as compared to the petrol. On the petrol we have narrower sidewalls at 55, and yet the ride quality does not suffer too much. We did a bit of off-roading yesterday with the diesel one going into the countryside, and it did absorb undulations very well. On the flip side, again, if I show you, when we go fast like this, the external wind noise comes into the cabin. So this is somewhere Tata Motors can work hard to keep sure the wind noise remains outside, and at higher speeds they have to make sure the cabin remains quiet. Now in terms of your driving posture, well, I stand 6 feet tall, visibility is very nice. The A-pillars are thick, no doubt, but the huge or the large outside mirrors do ensure your visibility remains nice. In my driving position right now, I can see the tip of the bonnet, so in traffic conditions I don't feel hammered in. Ergonomically, everything falls into my hands. Cup holders over here, the gear lever, space ahead of the gear lever and the button. So ergonomics in terms of your user friendliness from a driver's perspective or a co-driver's perspective is again top notch in the Altroz. Now, quite frankly, I am very impressed with the Altroz, and the only piece in the entire puzzle is the pricing. That will be out next month, that is in the month of January. Now, in the past, with the cars they have launched, Tata Motors has created a new benchmark in terms of value for money. All the new cars, the Harrier, the Tiago, the Tigor, the Nexon, are priced lower than the rivals, which means even the Altroz will end up undercutting the i20 and the Baleno in terms of pricing. That means shattering value for money. I do agree there's a lack of an automatic, and the English level on the petrol engine aren't the best around, but the kind of boxes this one ticks, it ends up leaving a smile on your face. On that note, we'll take a leave from here. What do you feel about the Altroz? Let us know in the comment section below, guys. And if we haven't done till now, you know what to do. Subscribe to our channel.